Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Sutra Yoga YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please click on the subscribe button so that we can see each other every Thursday with me, Pritha, live from the Netherlands. So welcome to today's class, Vinyasa Flow. If you have any injuries, I would like to invite you to take it easy, to do what you can instead of focusing on the things that you cannot. So if you have knee sensitivity, always grab a blanket to protect your knees, or maybe have some props like blocks or strap to accompany your practice with. So I hope you can hear my voice loud and clear. And remember that if you are watching this video later on, so not with me during the live stream, you can always click pause on the video to get deeper into the poses, or maybe if you wish to have a longer laying down position or shavasana at the end of this practice, you can always press pause on the video. Okay, so we're gonna begin right away. Let's find a child's pose position. So if you're new to this practice, don't worry. I'm going to try my best to explain to you what child's pose is. So child's pose is a kneeling down position where you can bring the tailbones directly on top of your heels. And if you're willing to find space or expansion, you can bring your knees open a little bit wider than your hip width apart. And we can bring the hands down on the mat and allow the forehead to drop down to the earth. So this is a type of child's pose where you can do when you need to find space, but if you need to find support, especially if you have lower back problem, you can always bring the knees together and try to drop your forehead down to the earth. In case your forehead cannot reach the ground, you can always grab a block and place a block, or maybe a book if you don't have a block, and just place it gently underneath the forehead. So let's stay here for a couple of moments. This is a great way for us to turn our awareness inward. And it's a great way for us to find stillness, especially if you're coming from the world full of noises, whether it's the noises from the outside or maybe just some noises from your head. Noticing the flow of your breath without changing anything. Just try to be kind to yourself without judging yourself. Getting ready to arrive in this space that we're in. Let's begin to deepen the breath, taking a big inhalation through the nose. And a deep exhale through the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Together, take a deep breath in. And exhale, gentle sigh. One last time, take a deep breath in. And sigh. Good. On your next inhale, lift the forehead, look forward, and we'll slowly transition into all fours. Take your time, make sure that your wrists are resting right beneath your shoulders and your knees are at hip width apart. Try to press away from the ground here. Spread your fingers wide and keep your index fingers facing forward. This is the best way to keep your shoulders safe. Let's pull the lower bellies in towards the spine, keeping the back body long and neutral. On your next inhale, drop the belly buttons down, send the heart forward. Exhale, round the spine, bring the chin into the chest. Good, inhale, belly's down, heart open. And exhale. Good. We'll slowly come back to the center, neutralize the spine. Keep your shoulders right on top of your wrists, and we'll turn the fingers to face our knees. If you have a practice on Ujjayi breath, you can activate your Ujjayi breath here, or just gently breathing in and out slowly and deeply. So if you're activating your Ujjayi breath, knowing that Ujjayi breath is also known as ocean breath or victorious breath. So the Ujjayi breath is being done by taking a deep inhale through the nose and exhale out through the nose. Making sure that every time you exhale, you want to keep the front side of your body engaged. So let's do that one more time together in Ujjayi breath. Inhale and exhale. Good, let's slowly come back, turning your hands back into the center. Let's spread the fingers as wide as you can and begin to shift forward. So as you shift forward, noticing that your shoulders starting to push away or move away from the wrists. Turn the eye of the elbows forward and let's bend the elbows, squeezing the elbows in towards one another. Keep the chest open, keep your collarbones expanded, and as you exhale, push away, coming back into all fours. Let's do that together 2 more times. Inhale, shift forward. Shoulders move past the wrists and bend your elbows as you exhale. Inhale, press away, come back into all fours. Good job. One more time. Inhale, shift forward. And exhale, bend your elbows, keeping the heart open wide. And exhale, push away from the ground. Now we're going to curl the toes under. And let's lift the hips up and back, finding our first downward facing dog on this practice. Let's take it easy, bending the knees side to side, allowing your head to drop down so that you can gaze directly onto your toes or maybe to your knees, and maybe some of you will gaze directly to your navel. Find space as you bend your knees side to side, and sometimes you can also hear some cracks and pops coming all the way out of your body, and as long as it feels good for you, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Now let's find our steady down dog position here. You can keep both of your knees slightly bent, especially if you're suffering from lower back pain, or if you want to work on your hamstring, you can try to draw the heels down towards the earth, keeping your back body lifted, especially the tailbones pointing up to the sky, and allow the back of the neck to relax, allow the crown of the head to elongate, keeping the neck long, head relaxed, and lower bellies in towards the spine. So it doesn't mean when I am not saying anything that you should hold your breath. So the idea of yoga practice is to stay connected to your breath. So wherever you are, whatever it is that you do, keep connected to the inhale and the exhale. Let's slowly come up onto your tippy toes. Let's bend the knees, look forward. And as you exhale, drop the heels down to the right side of your mat. And let's lift the left side of your chest up to the sky. Inhale, come back to the center, coming up onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees, look forward, and drop the heels down to the opposite side. And I want to point my right chest up to the sky and breathe. Good. Slowly come back to the center, coming back up onto your tippy toes. And let's bend the knees. This time we're going to take a little step, one step at a time, feet walking towards your hands. You can bend your knees as much as you want here if you need to. And let's keep the feet at hip width apart. Allow your head to dangle down to the earth. Allow your arms to rest down towards the earth. Feel the neck getting heavier than it was before, and allow the neck to relax. Let's grab opposite elbows and let's sway side to side. But if you prefer to bounce up and down in here, that's okay too. So try to find what feels good and try to find what can serve you today. Keep yourself, mind, body open to possibilities. And then we'll slowly come back to the center. Coming back into ragdoll, drop the arms down to the earth. Let's bend the knees. On your next inhale, press away from the ground with your feet. Come all the way up into standing. Your head is the last thing to come up. You can blink your eyes open. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Look up towards your fingertips. On your exhale, bring the hands down in front of your heart into Samastitihi. Place the thumbs against your heart and take a moment to stay here with your eyes closed, just so that we can set an intention for our practice today. So if you're not really sure, what kind of intention do I want to set today? Don't worry about it. Just try to do the next 20 minutes of this practice with full integrity. And maybe if you want to stick with the breath, just keep reminding yourself that you want and you will stick with the breath. Let's blink the eyes open. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, opening up through the front side of the body. And as you exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips against the floor or maybe palms against the shin. Flat back, look forward, shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, forward fold. Last one, inhale, flat back, look forward, lengthening through the spine. And exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms down against the floor. Step your feet back one at a time into downward facing dog. Remember to spread the fingers wide and try to grab your yoga mat with your finger pads. Keep grounding down through the base of your index fingers and through the base of your thumbs. Keep your feet away and hip width apart. Inhale, we're going to shift forward to plank. Keep your feet at hip width apart and wrists right underneath your shoulders. Push away from the ground, activate your shoulders, your core, and as you exhale, let's drop the knees. Shift forward, shoulders move past the wrists, and let's bend your elbows into half chaturanga. Inhale, we're going to drop the hips down. You can stay here in cobra, lift the heart open, or maybe push away from the ground, hips away from the ground, thighs away from the ground, peel the heart open, arms are activated, and exhale together. We're gonna lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to meet your hands. Inhale into a flat back, look forward. And exhale, forward fold. Softly bend the knees. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Look up, heart open. Exhale, take it all the way down to the earth, Uttanasana. Inhale, again into a flat back, look forward. And exhale, plant the hands down, step your feet back, downward facing dog. Take your time, move gently and slowly as long as you stick with your breath. On your next inhale, again, we're gonna shift forward into plank. And this time you can choose knees, chest, chin, or maybe knees and half chaturanga. And some of you probably chaturanga. Inhale, push away, up dog, or maybe cobra, heart open. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Find your breath as you walk the feet in towards one another. We're going to lift the right leg up to the sky as high as you could and come up onto the left foot's tippy toes. On your next exhale, we're going to point the right knees into the right armpit as you shift forward into plank. And inhale, reach the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, squeeze around the spine, right knee to the right armpit. And inhale, reach the right leg up to the sky. One more time, squeeze the right knee to your armpit and reach the right leg up to the sky. Step the right foot down next to the left foot. Feet are together. Same thing to the opposite side. So let's lift the left leg up. Come up onto the right foot's tippy toes. Keeping the core engaged. Try to listen to my cues instead of keep looking towards the screen. On your next exhale, left knee to the left armpit. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to the left armpit. Inhale, lift up. One more, left knee to the left armpit. Inhale, lift up. Drop the left foot down to the earth. Feet are together to touch. Inhale, tippy toes. Bend your knees, step or hop to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's bend the knees, sink your hips. Sweep your arms down the side of your body. Lift the heart open. On your next inhale, reach your arms up. Utkatasana or chair pose. Curl the tailbones under, keep the core engaged, and breathe. If reaching your arms up is a little bit too much for you, you can always reach your arms forward instead. Sit back a little deeper, and a little deeper, and a little deeper. Exhale, forward fold to Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it all the way back, downward facing dog. Let's find our flow. Let's find our Vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, push away, up dog or cobra. Exhale, lift the hips, up and back, downward facing dog. Let's walk the feet together to touch. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands and drop the left knees down to the earth. Keep the left toes tucked under, and let's interlace the hands and place the hands on top of the right thighs. Tilt your torso forward. Keep your hands stabilized on top of your thighs, the right thighs. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the left knee off the ground. Remember to keep the torso tilted forward, and exhale, left knee back to the earth. Let's do that again. Inhale, left knee off the ground, and exhale, left knee down. One more time. Inhale, left knee up, and exhale, take it down. And this time we can keep the left knee down and untuck the toes under. Bring both of your hands down to the earth. Flatten the left palms and reach the right arms up into a low lunge twist. Look up towards the right fingers and start to lean back. Lean back so that you can present your heart open to the sky. Find your breath. And then maybe stay here for option 1, or option 2, you can bend the left knee and stay. Option 3, you can always grab the left foot and maybe bring the heels close towards your glutes, or maybe kick the legs away so that you can find a mini back bend here. Find what feels good. Choose your option. And then exhale, release the legs. Bring the hands back next to the right foot. Curl the left toes under and step the right foot back. Downward facing dog. Together we'll find our flow. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale down. Inhale, push away from the ground, up dog or cobra. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, meeting in downward facing dog. Walk the feet together to touch. Inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Lower the right knees down, bend the front knees at 90 degrees angle, and keep the right toes tucked in. Interlace the hands and place both of your hands on top of the left thighs and tilt your torso forward. Try to keep your core engaged. Inhale, lift the right knee off the ground. And exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift off the ground. Exhale, tap it down. Good job. Inhale, lift off the ground. And exhale, tap it down. Release your hands, untuck your toes, and bring both hands on the ground. Flatten the right palm so that you can inhale, reach the left arms up overhead, meeting me in low lunge twist. And try to lean back, opening the heart up to the sky. Make sure that you keep the right shoulders away from your right ears. Option 1 to stay here. And option 2, maybe to bend the right knee and stay, or maybe to grab that leg and try to bring the heels close to your glutes, or maybe to kick the legs away so that you can find a little back bend. Heart stays open. Try to find contentment wherever you are. And then we'll slowly release the leg. Bring the left hands back, flat on the ground. Curl the right toes under. Step the left leg all the way back, meeting in downward facing dog. Let's find our Vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, push away. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. So I don't know where you're going to face next, but I'm going to step my left leg forward so that I can turn towards the length side of my mat. So if you're practicing at home with me, make sure that you're turning towards the screen instead of facing away from the screen, okay? Let's turn the toes in and the heels out, keeping both of your hands against the ground so that you can press away and inhale into a flat back. On your next exhale, forward fold. Allow your head to come down as close as it wants towards the earth. Finding your breath, finding the joy of turning and work so that you can follow the flow of your breath. On your next inhale, press away from the ground. Good. From here on, we're going to turn the left toes out and make sure that the left heels and the right arch are in line. Bend the front knees, come all the way up into warrior 2. Good. So on my case, I'm going to bend my left knee. So maybe if you're practicing at home, you'll have to bend the right leg, whatever side that you think is good for you. Please do that and stick with it, okay? So reach your arms out and away from one another. Remember, you want to curl the tailbones under and manage to engage the pelvic floor. Pull the lower bellies in towards the spine and breathe. Reaching your arms away from one another. On your next inhale, turn the left palms up. Find reverse warrior. You want to keep the front knees bent. And inhale, come back into warrior two. Good. Let's reach your arms up overhead, straighten the legs. And as you exhale, we're going to turn the left toes in and the right toes out. So if it's the opposite side on your case, we're going to turn to the opposite side. Bend the front knees, whichever knees that is for you, and reach your arms far away from one another. Keep the integrity of the front body engagement on this practice and continue to breathe. Turn the right palms up. Inhale, reverse the warrior, opening up through the right side of your body. Keep the front knees bent. And inhale, come back into warrior two. Good job. Reach both of your arms up overhead. And this time, we're going to turn the left toes out so that you have both heels in. And let's bend the knees into goddess pose with variations, because we're going to circle the arms down and crisscross the arms at the forearms here. And inhale, reach the arms up overhead as you straighten your legs. Turn the back foot in. And we're going to bend the front knees, meeting in warrior two on the opposite side again. Find your foundation getting stronger. Every time we arrive in warrior two, turn the left palms up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, come back into warrior two. Reach both of your arms up overhead. And we're going to turn first straighten the legs and turn the right heels in and exhale, meeting in goddess pose. Crisscross the arms. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, straighten your legs. And we're going to turn into the opposite side of warrior two. Bend the front knees. Inhale, turn the right palms up, meeting in reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Both arms up overhead, turning the left heels in, goddess pose or god pose if you are a man, and crisscross the arms. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, straighten the legs. Let's bring both of your hands on your hips. We're gonna turn towards the front side of the mat and gently bend the front knees so that you can step all the way forward. You can keep your feet at hip width apart, or you can keep your feet together to touch. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, circle the arms down. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into downward facing dog. Good. Let's lift the right leg up to the sky. And send the right knee behind the right wrist. We're going to meet in pigeon pose. Slide the back leg down behind you. Walk the hands behind your front knees so that you can loop the shoulders back. Lift the heart up, open, engage the core to avoid compression on the lumbar spine. And exhale, send your forehead down towards the earth. So if that means for you that you have to stay on your forearms because that's the furthest you can go, please stay there. Or maybe some of you feel like, oh, somehow I feel a lot of opening happening on my hips, and then I can bring the forehead down. Go ahead and do that. So the idea of a yoga practice is a practice of connecting your body, mind, and spirit. So it's always everyone's goal, although we're not supposed to be attached on our goals, to come out of a yoga practice feeling completely imbalanced. Not imbalanced, okay? So noticing your breath, remember that this is your practice. You want to adjust to your liking or to your accessibilities. We'll stay here for 2 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, slowly come back onto your hands if you haven't already, and gently walk the hands behind your knees, curl the left toes under, and gently step the right leg all the way up into three-legged dog. Drop the right foot back down. We're meeting in downward facing dog. We'll do the same thing to the opposite side. Feet together. Lift the left leg all the way up. Exhale, send the left knee behind the left wrist and gently snuggle down to the earth into pigeon pose on this side. Walk the hands behind your knees so that you can open up through the front side of your body. Remember to engage the core. No compression necessary to happen on our lumbar spine. And exhale, forward fold. Remember, whatever that means to you. Maybe stay on your hands. Maybe come down onto your forearms. Maybe surrender all completely down. Forehead touching the earth. There's a lot of patience and surrendering that we can learn in this pigeon pose. Noticing how our body reacts when it's being put in a posture that sometimes we dislike. And I know that not everybody is liking this posture, this asana, pigeon pose. And you know what they said, the more you dislike an asana, the more you need to stay there for a longer period of time. Just notice, observe, just 2 more breaths. We're almost getting there. On your next inhalation, slowly come back again onto your palms if you haven't already. And then from here on, curl the right toes under. Prepare, activating your shoulders so that you can lift the left leg all the way up into three-legged dog. And gently bring the left leg down, meeting in downward facing dog. We're gonna bend the knees here and we're gonna walk the hands all the way to meet our feet. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Walking the hands forward. And then this time we're gonna drop the knees down into all fours, meeting in the all fours. Let's crisscross the legs at the calf. And if it's available for you today, I'd like to invite you to bring the sit bones down so that you can extend both legs forward. We'll take it down to the earth directly, bringing both knees into the chest. And let's place the left foot on the ground, keeping the left knees bent, and place the right ankle on top of the left thighs. Bring both of your legs in close to the chest, and you want to bring the right arms in this needle or keyhole in between both legs. Interlace the hands behind the left thighs and try to bring the left knee in a little closer and the right knees away a little further from the body. Keep both of your shoulders relaxed. Just relaxing your jaws. Observe your breath without any judgment. Remember to be very kind to yourself. If you've been spending your day sitting for a little too long in front of your laptop or doing any work that you've been doing, or maybe standing all day, this is a great practice to be done. We'll slowly release. We'll switch side so you know where to go. Bringing the left hands in the keyhole, interlace the hands behind the right thighs. Bring the right knee close to the chest and the left knees away. So like I mentioned in the beginning of this practice, that if you are watching this class on the recording, not on the live stream, you can always hit the pause button so that you can stay here for as long as you like. Then let's slowly release the legs. We're going to extend the left leg long on the ground. Keep the left foot flexed. We're just going to interlace both hands and place it on top of the right shins. Bring the right knee close to the right rib cage. Remember to keep the left toes pointing up to the sky. And allow the right knee to come progressively closer to the right rib cage. Then I'm gonna place my left palms on the outer edge of my right knees, and I'm gonna extend my right arms out to the right side, or maybe cactus your right arms. We're gonna find twist here, so let's bring our right leg all the way to the left side and gaze out through the right shoulders. Feel free to snuggle down onto the earth, keeping the left foot activated, and just try to relax your abdominal muscles, relaxing your hips, and just surrender to the power of gravity. That's one thing that we cannot really deny, the power of gravity. So instead of trying to resist what is, why don't we just go with the flow? Surrender. Center. Of course, switch side, extending the right leg long, bringing the left knee close to the left rib cage. First, we're gonna interlace the hands and place it on top of the left shins. Relax the shoulders, relax the back of the neck, and make sure that you keep the right foot activated. And breathe. There's nothing to worry about. Just observing your breath. You are exactly where you need to be. And then I'm gonna gently place my right palms against the left outer edge of my knees. And I'm going to extend the left arms out, or maybe bend the left elbows if you prefer that way, and gently bring the left leg all the way to the right side. And we'll gaze out to the left shoulders. Remember, always find what feels good. You can always snuggle down. And the longer you stay in a twist, usually the more relaxing it's going to be. So twisting asana in yoga practice has detoxifying benefits. And if you're wondering how it works, so it's like wringing a wet laundry. And the detoxification happens when you're untwisting. And then we'll slowly come back to the center. Let's bring the knees, both knees into the chest. We'll take a few moments to hold both knees close. And as you exhale, let's extend the legs long on the ground. We have reached our final relaxation, Shavasana. So you can always reach the legs out and allow the toes to drop down the sides of your mat. Just rest your arms down the side of your body. turning the palms up, melting the shoulders down, flatten your shoulder blades. You can close your eyes. We'll take a clearing breath together. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale to sigh. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, sigh. One more time. Inhale in, maybe deeper. And sigh. You can stay here for as long as you want. And keeping your eyes closed. And I hope to meet you again next week at the same time, at the same place. And remember, enjoy the most important part of the yoga practice, which is Shavasana. And thank you so much for joining this class. See you next week.